Robbaz here, and welcome back to more Cooking with the Cock. Of course, cock means something completely different in Swedish. We're gonna start today's episode with a quick English lesson. Here we have flour, vetemjöl in Swedish. Here we have sugar flour or flour sugar, florsocker. This is a flour. Alright, are you catching this? Good. Let's cook some love yums. First, we want to melt some butter. You could use margarine if you enjoy some trans fats. Personally, I'm a fan of good old-fashioned saturated cholesterol, clogging up my arteries. It's important to crack your eggs with a really bad camera angle, so you get that amateur flavor. Dump a bunch of sugar in. Measurements will be in the description. You wanna whip this pretty fluffy. The hardest part is not to reflect your face in the semi-glossy electrical whisper. There we go. Pretty fluffy, not super fluffy, just perfect. And no reflections, I think. Time to add all the dry ingredients. Some all-purpose flour. All-purpose flour. Cacao powder, which have a super nice earthy flavor. I could snort this shit all day. Some vanilla sugars.
Oh, whoops.
This recipe uses baking soda, so anyone can make this. You can't fail. Easy peasy. I just need to jerk it all in there. Start very easily. Then use both hands! There was actually a piece of paper in my dry ingredients.
There's paper in my...
Good thing I shifted it all. Mix it all up again with the electric whipper. Don't look for reflections. I regret buying this thing. Look at all the bends. My face could be anywhere. I'm getting anxiety editing this. We're gonna add some milk to the butter, but before we do that, we can grease up our form. Be efficient. Add milk to the melted butter. It should bring the temperatures down. And then add it in. It looks a little bit like pee. Disgusting. Isn't melted butter technically milk? Look at that. Now that's a batter. Of course we're gonna have a little quick taste. Hope we don't get salmonella. Look at that. A lava consistency. If the batter is too stubborn, get your slicky pot and force it out. Smear it all over. Don't worry if your batter looks different than this. It seems like every time I make Kärleksmums or love yums myself, something is different, but the results are always the same. Put your oven on 175 degrees Celsius and cook this bitch for about 20 minutes. Since it's a very thick form, it took me another like 25 minutes. Just check on it, poke it a bit. What is a chocolate cake without chocolate glaze? Melt some more butter. I'm gonna be honest. Between shots I usually clean up, so it looks like I'm not a filthy animal. This glaze needs to be very flavorful and strong, so we're gonna use a lot of coffee. Instant coffee makes everything easier. It adds a good punch to the chocolate. Since I'm not using brewed coffee, I'm just gonna add some Monster Espresso as an extra liquid. And of course more cacao, whipped in with a plastic spoon. Plastic cutlery makes everything easier, since you can throw it away afterwards. The best thing about making a glaze is that you don't really have to follow the measurements.
How much is 5 deciliters? I don't know.
It's like a black hole. My flour sugar is getting all blacked. It hungers for more. Keep feeding it. Flour sugar. If your glaze is too thick, add more liquids. If it's too thin, add more flour sugar. Look at this. There's some cracks, but cracks are a blessing in disguise. The glaze will seep into it. It will infuse your cake. You cannot fail. Do it. Make this recipe, you coward. Look at that shiny glaze. Oh yes, don't you also lick it. Make sure everything is covered, because we're not done yet. It's time for the cocoa flakes. Cocoa, chocolate, coffee, perfection. Any type of garnish would do, of course. You don't have to use cocoa if you don't like it. Some people think it gets stuck in their teeth. This is the most retarded thing I ever done.
Ah! Ah, it's fucking warm!
You could say that my reaction to pain is slower than my upload rate. Ha 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 ha, funny. Cool it down on the balcony. And bring it back in. Cut it into squares, so it's easy to store and easy to grab a bite. Come on, just look at this. Don't you want a bite of that? Holy shit. It's perfection.
Oh, God. Oh, that's good.
I usually eat my love yums cold. It's kinda nice warm too, but it's really a better treat when it's refrigerated. It adds to the craving. Very well, like and favorite this shit. Make some love yums today. I forgot to take proper pictures of it, so here's some pictures from a stream where I show them off. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good, pretty good. Make your own.